Most people think that if you stand against one political party, then you're a patriot. You know, we're only allowed two parties, and they're very controlled, and they don't consider that a lot of the same people control both. And it's in those people's interest to keep us, we the people, divided and infighting amongst the citizens. And so it's so easy to do. You limit their choices to two parties, invoke tribalism and emotionalism constantly, and that's what the media does. And I swear I feel like the conservative media now does that much worse than the liberal media. The parties have kind of switched places in many regards, and that's certainly not me supporting the liberals and the Democrats. I absolutely do not. But hell, Trump's administration is full of people who used to be Democrats. And hell, two people he's appointed to the Treasury now, two who were George Soros agents. And Scott Bessent, the current treasurer, this guy worked for Soros for 30 plus years. And I believe he worked for Soros's nephew as well. And he's the guy who broke the Bank of England. Now, many people know that for some reason because you're not going to hear it in conservative circles. And it's just amazing what's going on. It's so easy to fool the people. The people they'll support the tribe and the tribal leaders no matter what. And as soon as you really get your head in the tribe, you think like the tribe. And sooner or later, and sooner it always is, what's right or wrong doesn't even matter. It's what's good for the tribe and the party line for the tribe, the slogan for the tribe, the narrative for the tribe. So that is what we have for politics. I mean, people who are supposed to be patriotic, they just support the government, and they support big government. Trump's not decreasing the size of government. Look at the Space Force and how much money it now costs to run, on top of NASA, another bureaucracy created under a Republican president. And if you go back and look, most Republican presidents add to the debt, and they all increase the size of government in the modern era. So a lot of what you hear in smaller government, decreased spending and accountability and all that stuff, it's nothing more than rhetoric. And that's enough for the people because they're not going to cross party lines, because we are only given two choices. They're never going to support the opposition, and so there's no inter-party accountability. And look at people like Lindsey Graham, who's been voted in time and time and time again. Nobody even likes Lindsey Graham, his own constituents, but yet he gets voted in. And of course, he's the poster boy for the war, global war. And, you know, he's made a career out of that. It's good to see people like Tucker actually exposing him. But a lot of us little people have been exposing tyrants like Graham for many, many decades. You know, we were led by conservative media to believe that McCain was a patriot. And McCain was a warmonger just like Lindsey Graham, and that's who he learned it from. In fact, McCain was also in bed with George Soros. Look into it. And if I'm not mistaken, Soros and the Rockefellers the Rothschilds still support the McCain Foundation. So a lot of these things people never look into, and they don't hear from conservative media because they're there for PR for the administration and to keep the people divided, just like legacy media. And if people can't take their heads out of their butts and get away from this two-party system and stop being fanboys of presidents and politicians and be vigilant citizens, they're never going to learn, and they're just going to continue to support these people who are destroying them and destroying the country. I'm just telling you like it is. Cheers and blessings, guys, and remember, their order is not our order. See ya.